so I hope this helps add some variety to your quarantine hypertrophy workouts, or maybe you're just a barbell-based lifter like myself who tends to neglect direct arm work. I'm personally going to start adding things like this in on my weekends, away from the barbell, giving myself some time to recover from heavy squats and deadlifts and overhead pressing, and give my arms more attention, because if I don't, they're going to shrink up and be non-existent. Okay, so the workout is as follows. You're going to do one movement by itself. You're going to finish that one movement before you move on to a couple of supersets. And at the end, there's a finisher. So exercise A is close grip push-ups. Now, I've put down a number indicating the tempo. And tempo is expressed here in a series of 4 numbers. 4, 0, 1, 0. The first number annotates the lowering phase of the lift, the eccentric portion, the negative, okay? So 4 means 4 counts, 4 whole seconds of lowering. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, the next number in the series, indicates how much time is spent at the bottom of the lift. So obviously 0 means 0 time in the bottom of this push-up. The third number is the amount of time it should take to do the concentric phase, the positive, the lifting portion of the lift. So it shouldn't take you more than a second to press back up. And then the last number in the series indicates how long you should spend at the top. Okay, if you want these to be very hard, if you want to fail, let's say in the 8 to 12 rep range, 1, you need to actually lower down for 4 whole seconds. And then 2, pay attention to that last number. No resting at the top. And this is really where it's going to get brutal. Okay, you're either lowering for 4 seconds or you're driving up. There's no fucking around in the bottom and no hanging out at the top of the push-up. To make these even harder, do them with a deficit. If you have a pair of dumbbells, that'll create a nice 2 to 3 inch deficit, allowing you to get a longer range of motion, a bigger stretch in your chest, thus making it more difficult, okay? I have some push-up handles I bought years ago from Target or Walmart. Those are great. You can also elevate your hands up on top of something like cinder blocks, all right? On the opposite side of this, if that makes it too difficult, you can widen the grip, do a regular push-up. You could get rid of the deficit, and if you must, you could get rid of some of the negative counts. So maybe just a 3-second negative or a 2-second negative. As long as you're maxing out every single set, because we're doing 5 max rep sets, as long as you're maxing out every single set in that 8 to 12 rep range, you're going to get a great training effect from this. All right, next up is a superset. That means 2 movements performed back to back as 1 complete set or 1 complete round. You're gonna do this for 4 supersets or 4 rounds, okay? It's dips and then some type of forward curl. And forward, what I mean here is elbows forward of the body, like a preacher curl. Each one of these are going to be done for 4 sets of 8 using their own tempo, which we'll go over, resting 75 seconds after the movement before going on to the other one that it's paired with. So dips, do a set of 8 with its tempo, rest 75 seconds. Before moving on to the curl, rest 75 seconds, and then you've completed 1 round of that, 1 superset of that, okay? Now the tempo here for the dips, it's a 3, 1, 1, 0 tempo, okay? So we know that the first number is the lowering or the negative phase, the eccentric phase. So that's 3 seconds down. The next number is a 1. Remember, the second number is how long you're spending at the bottom of the lift. So you're gonna be at the bottom of the dip, holding it for 1 full second before driving up. 0 is the last number, so that means you need to immediately start descending for that next 3-second lowering phase. Again, very important. If you regularly lift heavy weights, you have to be doing these things. You have to be implementing these little brutal tricks in order to get a great training effect. Otherwise, people who aren't regularly lifting very heavy, or maybe you're just not very strong under the bar yet, following this tempo stuff really isn't that necessary, but for stronger people, I would say it absolutely is if you want to return to the gym in better shape. Now that forward curl tempo, it's very simple. It's 3-0-1-0. So 3 seconds of lowering, very controlled. Come all the way to the bottom. Flex your triceps at the bottom to make sure you're getting a big stretch in the bicep. And curl all the way back up. No time hanging out at the top, okay? If you're hanging out up here for 1 second, you're going to steal some of the intensity from yourself, okay? So you're either lowering for 3 or raising for 1, and that's it. Final superset. You're going to do some form of overhead tricep extension, okay? This can be done anywhere from banded with dumbbells, your gallon jug full of cat litter, whatever you have available, or your gymnast rings. Or on the floor, you can do a floor tricep extension. We're going to do these for 3 sets of 10 with their tempo, 60-second rest. Then we're doing a standing curl, some version of just a regular standing curl. So we're hitting the biceps from a different angle with its own tempo for 3 sets of 10, 60-second rest. For your overhead tricep extension, we're lowering for 3 seconds, 0 time spent in the bottom as opposed to the dips. We're going to drive up aggressively and then hold that lockout position overhead, arms 100% straight, for 1 count. And during this 1 count at the top, you are squeezing your traps and triceps as hard as you can before doing the next 3-second lowering phase. Okay, and then for those standing curls, 3 seconds all the way down, just like the curls you did before in the first superset. All the way down for 3 seconds, come right back up, 0 seconds spent at the top. You're either lowering or you're raising, that's it. At the end, it's a finisher. You're going to do tricep press downs for 100 reps. This can be done with a band, some sort of cable machine, if you have one of those in your home gym. But really, something like bands, honestly, would be best here. You're going to use a 2-0-1-0 tempo, so that's just a 2-second lowering phase, not too harsh. But really where the magic comes in with this is if you implement something like rest pause or myo reps. So use a weight or use an intensity that you can get the first, say, 20 to 40 reps with relatively easy, but at the end, you're pretty much hitting failure. And then you're going to rest 10 to 15 seconds and then do smaller sets to failure because now you're more fatigued, so naturally you will hit fatigue sooner. So it's probably going to be like sets of 10 to 15. After that, getting closer to that numeric goal of 100 reps, resting, trying again, going to failure, resting, trying again, going to failure until you hit 100 reps. And now you're done. Your arms should be completely smoked. All the while your shoulders, back, chest got a pretty decent workout. And basically what we've done here is really manipulate tempo in order to increase the relative intensity. All right, guys, have a good day. I'll be back with another arm-based workout. Next one will be more bicep focused, and we'll just keep adding in new ideas as long as we have to stay at home and train.